more inspired eyes and says to me, Stacey, when I grow up, I want to be just like you and I want to study at your school. But she doesn't know the reality that we are faced with today. So it made me wonder, do I want my little sister to be exposed to our current situation? Well, no. And that is why I'm here today. Because I want to make an impact. And that is the one thing that brought us together as a group. We are simply mad, making a difference. The problem that we are faced with today is that 3 in 5 students drop out of university. We believe that it's because students are simply not ready for the dynamics of university. I mean, how many of us back when we were in high school would ask our teachers to postpone an assignment because we were not ready to hand it in? How many of us asked our teachers to move a test because we were writing 2 tests in a week? And because of that, this has created a gap in maturity and commitment. So what are we going to do about it? We are going to act through reality check retention society. Imagine a network of students from all disciplines of learning coming together, split into teams of 10, going back to our high schools and adopting a scholar. Grade 11s will be adopted by 2nd years, and grade 12s will be adopted by 3rd years. And they will go through a 3-tier program. Tag along, one-on-one, as well as Navigator EFAL. With one-on-one, this will happen during the winter vacation. The students will go into the high schools and meet the scholars that they are adopting. Then they will get to know each other. From then on, the students will be a source of knowledge for these learners. And in that way, they can give them advice to prepare them for what is to come in university. Then secondly, we have tag-along. Most of us as university students, during vacation, we look for vacation program work. For example, if you are an accounting student, you go work for Deloitte. If you're a law student, you go work for Adams & Adams. Well, instead of going alone, why don't you let your student tag along with you so that they can also get the experience and exposure and then develop that habit from early on in life. And then thirdly, we have Navigator eFile. Most of us as students normally keep a file with our past papers that we've acquired or we have written or any other resource that we use in university. Well, instead of throwing it away at the end of the year, keep it. Then you will pass it on to the scholar that you have adopted. But it won't just be available to that scholar. It will be on a web portal so that other students can access it. But to access it, you need to pledge to adopt a scholar. Then in that way, any person who's in receipt of this file will pass it on each and every year with updated information. So what do you gain from this? Well, firstly, you don't lose anything because you usually do these things, community work during the holidays, keeping your past papers, but there is a benefit. Most companies today, when they want you to work for them, they look for community involvement. For you to become a lawyer, for instance, you need 2 years of community work. Well, instead of you doing that community work, our society will credit you so that you can meet that requirement. So what impact will this have on society or on the dropout rate in our country? Well, this is the principle of paying it forward. If you help one person, then that person will be inspired to help the next person. And better yet, when you get to university, you have the resources that you need in your hands through the Navigator eFile. You also have a support system. Who better than a person who's been there and went through it all? And hopefully when you're a career person, you can go back and mentor these students. All it needs is your time. But most importantly, that student that you are mentoring needs to want to be 100% in.